Okay, so I'm installing this Sony XAV-9000ES, so a new stereo in my mother's Honda HRV. It's a 2016 EXL with reverse camera and right view camera. And I've got working, so let me just turn so the ignition's on. So from the main screen, if you go right turn signal, that's working. Reverse camera's also working. If I push the button, okay, camera's working. So issues I was having. So first issue was, I'm just gonna actually just turn this onto just regular accessory. So I installed all this with the Maestro unit, and first thing was the right turn signal wasn't working, like the lane view. And if you go into settings and go into application, Maestro settings, go into Maestro settings here, and you go into camera settings. It showed backup camera, but showed nothing else. So it didn't have any other option to click on anything else. So lane watch camera. So now I have the lane watch camera, and it's all here now, but it wasn't before. All it had was backup camera. So I was trying to figure out how to, I was screwing around with all these settings, and what somebody had posted was, with everything connected and the vehicle powered on, do a Maestro module reset. So if you go to Maestro module master reset, hit yes, it'll reset the module, turn everything off, turn it on. The first time I powered it up, everything looked totally wrong, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna have to reflash this thing, turn everything off again, fired it up, and the menu looked slightly different. So now I was able to go into, as you could see before, camera settings. Hey, I could go camera assignment, camera 2. I could do the right lane watch camera. Then I was able to go over here into lane watch camera and turn on with signal, turn that on. On after turn signal, so show for 2 seconds after turn signal's off, that kind of thing. Do all those adjustments, and it works. So I was thinking I was gonna have to, I did something wrong with the disconnection or something like that, but I didn't. It was just apparently a Maestro module reset. So that was one thing that I figured out. Now, a couple of things that doesn't really say anything is, the Sony unit comes with this new GPS, but the thing is that the Honda GPS connector connects perfectly into the back of this radio. So if I go over into, I believe it's system, and go into system information, I have 35 satellites connected with the stock antenna plugged in. So to me, that means that the stock antenna is going to work. I don't need to stick this thing to the dash somewhere. So I'm going to put that aside. I'm not going to throw it out because who knows, I might need it. But yeah, so it seems like the signals are working totally fine. So another thing was the radio wasn't working very well. And I got this, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just turn this off real quick. I'm going to turn that off so I don't cause any issues. The radio wasn't working very well. Now I had this radio wire connected, and there was a blue wire that was part of this radio, like this antenna wire. There's a blue wire, and in the manual it didn't say where the blue wire goes, but you need to connect it to where it says power antenna. And I had one of these connectors I was able to crimp on there, but nothing came in the box. I don't remember seeing anything about to plug that in. Oh, another thing was that for the lane watch camera to work, apparently I had to have it into camera input number 2, not camera input number 1, which I had it on before. So I swapped that around and everything worked. Anyways, I hope this video is helpful because it kind of threw me for a loop for a good half an hour, because I was thinking there's a camera input, so that's external 1 and 2. These are supposed to get switched. So to turn the signal or to turn the camera on for the right view, this is supposed to get power, but with the Maestro, it does it all for you. But anyways, nothing said anything about that. There wasn't really any instructions. The Sony instructions kind of said, oh, just go into the Maestro settings. I'm like, in the Maestro settings was all grayed out. Anyways, it was a bit of a runaround, but I got it working, and it seems to be working perfectly fine right now. So fingers crossed that that's all it was. But yeah, so there was that, this antenna wire, and just kind of the connections there. But otherwise, everything's been going kind of plug and play. Oh, and there's a couple connections here. These are for the USB. So there's 2 USB ports. Both USB ports are now dead because this doesn't plug into anything. They're supposed to get power for the USB ports. And the USB that comes with the Sony radio is a USB-C connector. So you can get adapters, apparently, that go from this to an older USB type, but apparently nothing's going to work right now. So right now the USB ports are dead, which is kind of a bummer because my mom needs that for charging her phone. So that's something I'm going to have to figure out, but that's for another day. Anyways, like I said, I hope this was helpful. And if you have any comments to help others, please leave it below.